Are y'all? Hello, 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 y'all. This is why a dirt floor is beneficial at times, because you got a mess to be made. And you can make that mess without fear of being scolded profusely, you know. Oh, what have we here but a slab of venison? Down here we call that deer meat. I made a reel one time on Facebook, something about cooking deer meat, and somebody said, "You mean venison?" I thought to myself, I said, "Well, I didn't know folks was so ignorant that they didn't know venison and deer meat was about the same thing." But now, elk is venison, and some of them other ones is venison. So, if you say deer meat, they know which venison you eating, you know. Them city folks didn't think about it like that. So how y'all doing tonight? I've got the Blackstone cleaned up, seasoned up. I have finally got it in good condition. Look at that thing, like how black and shiny it is. I have had it smoking. I was gonna season cast iron today, but I didn't get that far along. Oh, I had some other pressing situation that arose. It had to be uh, handled forthwith. I am here alone at the moment. Here you go, Roscoe. Come over here. There you go, son. Oh, this is that my favorite chunk of meat out of a deer. That is that. Is it the top round? I know there's something in it with center round. I don't know. It's one of them rounds out of that hind quarter. It is. Oh, I'm gonna trim. I should have done that right off the bat before I cut that. I wanted to straighten it up. I'll give Roscoe another piece or two of that. He's like he's starved to death by that raw meat. And when you got you a good sharp knife, you can just whittle right down through that steak. And I'm gonna tell y'all, this right here meal is fastly becoming one of my favorite ways to cook deer meat. And I growed up on fried backstrap was the king of the crop, you know. Still is. And ain't knocking it. Don't ever think I'm saying it ain't good and I don't like it now. Because we ate a bait of it the other night. We trying to cook all this last year's deer out of the freezer, but before I can kill another and hang it up in my skinning shed, I have got to go do some work on the water situation. My dad and them got over there. Next thing I know, they have unhooked all the water from the skinning rack. They found a leak. I don't know what I don't know what happened. They tore into it with some trees or something, cutting them trees down, or I don't know. I can't readily specify. I just know now I ain't got no water in my skinning shed, so that's why y'all see me. I've been skinning everything over here on the table, and I may just do that, keep from having to worry with it. Because I ain't got time to go over there and work on it. Right now, we remodeling the bathroom in Mom and Daddy's house. A lot of projects going on. And I'm putting my blend of this is just stuff I like. Eat 'em raw seasoning. And I put a lot of it. I want to taste what I'm eating. Alright, I'm ready to go now. I think I'm going to put y'all over here. Right like that. Where you can see a little bit of everything. And we got some olive oil in my bottle. I set it out, left it out here. I need to start carrying these bottles in because they get to looking kind of ratty. But the inside's clean. I've had this really, really hot, so I turned it down and I have been kind of waiting and letting it cool before I throwed this meat on there and let it see. And I got it good and black and shiny this time. I mean, it is slick. This is the best seasoning job I believe I've ever done on it. I'm getting better at things. That olive oil is, it looks like it's just soaking right in there or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's like that's just beading up and soaking up. Oh, let's put these steaks upon there though. Just right. Just right. Oh, yeah, I love it when a plan comes together. I'm gonna have to go get a plate to put them on. Cause y'all know I ain't gonna cook them long. I ain't about burning up no deer meat. I didn't have people them squirrels I cooked in that little old short reel. Everybody got on there and said, "Oh, them's gonna be tough as shoe leather." I said, "No, I cooked them at 250." Oh, you can't cook nothing at 250. I said, "You can't burn it up like y'all like to do. You can't." That's why y'all's come out tough as shoe leather. You trying to cook it at 500 degrees. Don't work like that. Oh, you got to pressure cook them to nothing first and then throw them in that grease and char broil them. You'll put that lid on that cast iron pot. That thing will start building up pressures in there, and them pressures will go into that there squirrel, and he'll be tender when you pull him out, and you don't pull your dentures out when you bite off into it. Same way with this venison. I like to have fun with them city folks. They went deer hunting twice and become expert at something, you know. One little boy said, "I've been cooking squirrels for 20-something years." You know, people's done stuff wrong all their life. Didn't know no better. Woo! I have some fun with them, though. Boy, them people, I get tickled at them. They think they really corrected me, and I'm laughing at them like, boy, these folks really don't know no better, do they? Because like we have strictly specified, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it, whether it's burning it up or not. As long as I ain't got to eat it, I don't care how well you cook yours. Turn it to ashes and eat it. Be like that little video of that little old boy that bit off into that Hershey's chocolate, you know, right out of the container with the spoon. He said, and it just fog come out. That's how their stuff is when they get through cooking it. It's so tough. Y'all like that cup. Boy, we sold a pile of them cups Tuesday at that show. Michelle had cup. We sold every cup we took. Well, while that side's cooking a minute, just a minute too, might I add, well, about 3.5 minutes, maybe even 4. I'm gonna go get a plate to put them on. We'll flip them over, and that'll be that. We'll be eating and done, so they know. I got my big plate tonight because I'm liable to eat every one of them. You just can't never tell. I hadn't really eaten nothing today. I'm really about a one meal a day type of fella. Uh, I really ain't a fan of a lot of sauces and stuff like that, on meat. I like to take that meat and just sop it in the juices it's in. I done got where I kind of like old Bob. Y'all know Bob? Old Country Bob. Hey, that's some pretty good stuff. And it ain't bad expensive. Is kind of why I tried it, and I was like, well, that ain't half bad. And you may try it and not like it at all. Don't ever buy it again if you don't. It's just that simple. All right, let's turn these bottom upwards. That is way too long on that side. Man, y'all, I have done something on this Blackstone I have yet to ever do. And I mean, I got that joker where it's just flat cooking. And I mean, that stuff, let's slide this on down here out of that. Slide that right over there. And I mean, look how that's cleaning right up. I mean, I ain't never had this Blackstone where it functioned that way. And I brought this skillet out here. Had I cleaned that dish pan with a handle on the bottom that you stick over there, it steams, called it a steamer, I think. But it'll help keep them juices inside them steaks. I would have done that, but I hadn't got out here and done all the cleaning I need to. I did clean this today and prep it because I was going to use it. And I cleaned up my thing over there the other day because I used it. And so I got some things somewhat clean. And I added another rug out here. Michelle throwed away a rug off the front porch. It was getting ready. I said, oh, don't throw it. I'll put that out here over some of this dirt. That's what we're doing. She took Brody, in case some of y'all wondering, I hadn't turned the iPad on, got to looking at comments or nothing yet. Michelle took Brody to a birthday party at one of the kids in the church, and that's where they at tonight. They'll be back shortly. We normally say they'll be back here directly. Yeah. That's probably cooked good enough. I mean, they ain't no need. They ain't no need cooking them to ashes, is it? 3.5 minutes, maybe even 4. Cause if it ain't done enough for me or somebody else that drives up and wants to eat a bite of one of them, if I got company coming, that's theirs right there. Rest of them's mine. I'll tell them that too. Most expensive piece of meat in the world. You know what that plate right there is worth? I don't know either, but I can promise you it's more expensive than steak from the grocery store. If you start factoring in deer camp dues and fuel for the tractor, and the price of the seed, and the price of the corn, and price of the gun you bought, and that other gun you bought, and all them shells that went in it, you're up there for several $1,000, So don't ever fool yourself into think we living off the land because it's cheaper. Because bless your heart, it ain't. But I'll tell you this, I'd still do it again in New York minute. Because they ain't nothing like a piece of mine I get just sitting there in the woods. That's you. If I'd have got that this morning, before they phone called, I wouldn't have had to work all day. That's how that works. All right, we got to set all this up. I'm gonna set that on top of that for right now. I got to lower this down because y'all way too tall. I ain't got nothing to drink. I'll go fill my coffee cup in a minute. Oh, Lord Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Let's go ahead and do this right here. Dear Lord, we're so thankful for this food. We pray that you'd bless it to the nourishment of our body to give us strength and good health. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. All right. Y'all was talking about word about company a coming and wanting one of these steaks. Roscoe, here's your steak. There, you get the first bite. There. Where's Johnny? We'll clean him real good, because the last thing we cut was this meat we was eating. But we did warm it up. Let's see what one of them tastes like here, Roscoe. Mmm. Puppy's over there just about to tear the door, slam off the hinges. Puppy hadn't found him a new home yet. He doesn't hung around here till he thinks his name's Pup Pup. Man. Roscoe, I wished you had some. You ought to cook you one while I had that grill hot. If you had thumbs, you would have, wouldn't you? There you go. Y'all know I wasn't gonna do him that way. I know y'all want to see him. You didn't need to see the top of my head, no way. It's as ugly as it always was. I'll turn the thing on here in a minute and get to the comments. When I get to reading them comments, I can't remember what I was going to say nohow. So I just let y'all talk amongst yourselves till I get some of these steaks wolfed down. Wolfed. That's funny, wouldn't it? I worked for a lady one time. She was a Barker by maiden name, and she married a Wolford. You can imagine the jokes that she got. She went from barking to woofing. Pretty good. You want another bite? Yes, sir, he did. Since your treats ain't showed up, we'll give you some deer steak. Uncle Sasquatch did say them treats was finally headed south. I can tell you what happened. He wrote Philadelphia on them packages. Them folks didn't know there was a Philadelphia nowhere but up there in Pennsylvania. I could hear them in that post office just arguing over which way to send it. It goes the other way, not all that way. No, I'm telling you it goes that way. No, it ain't one down there. No, it ain't. Y'all know how them people are. I wish one of y'all would come over here and eat some of these, because I can't hold them all. Y'all really thought I was going to eat all of them, didn't you? I'm going to eat one more. I'm quitting. Strictly because I ain't got nothing to drink. You talking about doing some, well, I done got it on my shirt. Boy, I can't eat nothing without getting it on my shirt. Then, like Derek said, then your whole day's ruined. Man. I might go boy do some smacking. You know what? Roscoe he done laid down. He gonna give up on me giving him anything. He said, that stingy joker ain't gonna give me a bite of nothing. Only cause I kinda like you. Me and him's friends. I like him more than I do most folks. I can tell him how to skin a squirrel and he don't complain or tell me I done it wrong or nothing. He just says, well, give me a bite. I ate them squirrels last night. Then I ate the rest of them today. That mosquito right there, he done put his outriggers out. He was getting serious with what he was doing down there on my foot. There you go. All right, I'm quitting. See, I ain't a pig. I left 6. I'll be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere now. I mean it. I'll be right back. See, I told y'all I was coming back. Wasn't no need to get all bent out of shape over it. All right. 100%. About time something went right. Oh, let's see if Live from Mississippi's on this one. Your video. No, that ain't where we want to go. We want to go to there. And to there. And see, can we pull up them? There y'all is. Man, what a crew. Y'all, like old Justin Wilson said, I am so glad you get to see me tonight. Oh. Samuel Pruitt said he had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm going to tell you something now. come here a hand and listen to me. There ain't nothing wrong with peanut butter and jelly. I like them myself. Now, I understand where you're coming from. I wouldn't compare it to that deer steak neither. But hey, me and Brody like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Anyway, all right, I've had enough fun with y'all. Man, it is really good to see all of you tonight. I'm glad to be filming and doing live from Mississippi on Saturday night because I'm going to tell y'all, I get to sit down, have a cup of coffee, read comments, and sit here for about 2 hours, well, hour and a half, and do nothing. And I'm still doing something. I keep saying that, all right, things is fixing to slow down. All right, after this is over, I ain't got. And I got up this morning. I said, all right, I'm gonna go and I gotta move my ladder stand over there and put my blind up, and I'll be done with stands and stuff like that. I gotta put some rubber mats and stuff in that shooting house. A few odd and end things I'm gonna do to it, but the stands there, that can wait. I had some deer feed I was going to pour out to bow hunt over, which we got a lot of acorns dropping right now. So I need to go squirrel hunt through there and see right where all them acorns is. And I can just drop me my climbing stand is what I like to bow hunt out of because it don't leave nothing on the ground. I go in there and clamp it on a tree, go to the top. I can get high as I want to, and I can bow hunt. Hadn't got to shoot my bow a whole lot. I've had so much going on, so I'm probably going to pull my compound bow out and shoot it. But I was going to do all that today. I was going to get most of that stuff squared away today. Me and Brody done went and bought snacks. I had oatmeal cream pies for Brody and Nutty Buddy pies, and we had some Gatorade and water and bought us a jar of pickles and throwed them off in the cooler because we're going to be running traps next week too. So I had the cooler loaded down, truck snacks. We was ready to go. Had the 22 in there in case we wanted to shoot a squirrel. We was fixing to head, and I was getting a deer camera, that last Rio Link camera, set up and a card activated in it this morning. I was having a little trouble with it, and I was working on getting that done so we could leave, and I got a phone call. Well, you gonna help us tear this bathroom out? Well, I wished I'd have known yesterday we was doing this today, but yeah, so now tomorrow on Sunday I got to go do all of that. Otherwise, I can't do it Monday because I got to go check beaver traps. I was really planning on doing it today, and then when I went to check my beaver traps, I was gonna go bow hunt that Monday morning, and then go run my traps, and I'd be home by like, hopefully around dinner or something like that, because I ain't got as far to go. And now I'm behind again. Just like that. But it's alright. I hadn't got to go bow hunting yet. I've been squirrel hunting twice. The squirrels y'all here are not really moving a lot. We're not seeing a lot of squirrels in the yard. Now, I have killed a couple squirrels. I have seen a few squirrels. I've missed a few squirrels. I'm shooting some Rio number 4 shot. Why I'm shooting number 4s, I don't know. I bought a case of shells, and all they had was 8s and 4s, and no, they had 9s and 4s and something else. And I decided all the 4s will be fine. And for some reason, they're not killing the squirrels. I bought them about 3 or 4 years ago. Whole case of Rio heavy gallons. Like, well, I'll use them squirrel hunting. Them will be perfect. And I've killed a bunch of squirrels with them, don't get me wrong, but I have shot a bunch of squirrels that hit the ground running year after year. So this time I killed 3 squirrels, but now I didn't shoot it, but one more. I had one more that got away yesterday, and I shot at him, and he never fell out of the tree. I don't know what happened. One of them, though, yesterday I shot, fell out, and hit the ground running, and I popped him again. But I put that turkey choke in that 870 Remington. Yes, I took my turkey gun. Squirrel hunting, it'll tighten them things on up and put them in there where they need to be. So that helped me a little bit. Anyway, we got plenty of acorns, but I was gonna go get all that stuff squared away and do that today. Martin, I am trying to lose some weight. He said he admired my self restraint. I'm gonna be honest with you. I walked in the woods the last 2 days and I've done pretty good, but I'm doing stuff pretty active lately, trying to get a lot accomplished. And I don't like feeling wore out. And I have come in, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've went to bed just about every night for the last week and a half to 2 weeks by 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, I'm in the bed. I'm talking about dead to the world. Wide awake at 4, 4:30, 5 o'clock. I've been getting up to go run them. Ever since I started setting the beaver traps, I've got in the habit again, and I love it. I love going to bed early and getting up before daylight. I do. I've been out of that habit since Brody was born. When I was doing metal roofing, I had that habit. I was in the bed 9:30, 10 o'clock at the latest. I was asleep. I was up 5:30 every morning. When Brody come along, Brody colicked bad his first couple of years, and he would scream, and we learned to just sleep when you could. And us working at home doing powder and all that, well, we could sleep late as we want to, and it really messed my routine up bad. And now I have just now forced myself to that, and I missed a lot of hunting over the last couple of years because I didn't really want to get up early in the morning and go. I did a good bit, but not as much as I could have. Now I'm just awake and I'm like, well, I'm going squirrel hunting for a little while. I'll leave, and so I've been leaving, going to run my beaver traps, everything way before daylight, because I really like to try to get back home in time to still do something and not be way over in a day getting home. So Mike Culpepper said, did I get my cast iron clean? Nope, still sitting right where I put it. I was going to do some of that today and shoot my, I went to the, okay, let me back up. I mentioned I having trouble with them Rio shells. I went to Beams Gun and Pawn and the Philadelphia Gun and Pawns where we buy our ammo. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn didn't have any number 6 shot. They had some number 5 shot, but it was in that Rio. And I was like, nah, I didn't want that. That's done put a bad taste in my mouth with them. So I wanted something different. I really wanted Fiachi, but I may have gotten Fiachi. I guess that's how you pronounce that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I bought 2 boxes of number 6 shot at Beams Gun and Pawn. I was looking for 22 bullets, hollow points in the big boxes, like 500 rounds. So I bought some Aguila, whatever it is, hollow points. So I was going to get the CZ out today and set it up right out here and shoot at my target at like, it's about 60, 65 yards. I was going to dial it in with them shells, make sure I'm on, and then I'm fixing to start hunting squirrels on my 22. If I can shoot them 50, 60 yards of that 22, I think I can kill more than I can with a shotgun in them running. And well, I was going to get home. I thought I was going to leave early enough to get back home to this evening. I would start cleaning the cast iron up over there on my fish cooker with live. But now that I've got to do it later in the week, I'm seriously thinking about building an electrolysis tank to do it with. I need probably to get one of y'all, you or Tony Parker or somebody, to refresh my memory. I about know how to do it. I'm probably not going to try to go all out with a big fancy tank. I can. But anyway, I think I'm going to electrolysis at least some of it. Partially because I've never done that and I want to see how it works. So, but now some of it's not really that bad. I'm going to be honest with you, I could put it on that fish cooker right over there on that my double burner cooker and heat it up and brush it around pretty good one time with something and start coating it with oil and it would be fine. Because really most of this is a real light coat of rust. There's that one skillet with the ribs in it is really bad. The rectangle bacon thing is bad, and the square skillet's pretty bad. The rest of them are in fairly good shape, but we'll see. Once I start doing electronics, it may work so good I want to do all of it, and we'll see. Well, Jeffrey, man, we will go squirrel hunting, bud. I'll be more than happy to take the squirrels off your hands, cause I love them. If you cook them at 250 degrees and put the lid on that cast iron, they're not as tough. I hear a lot of people talking about them being tough, and if you just throw them in a skillet without knowing any better, yes, they are tough as shoe leather. I mean, they really are, and I've had them that way. They have a cooking down there on the creek every year, and they invite everybody, and every year they cook everything till it's so tough you can't eat it, and I swore I wasn't going back. Because they won't let nobody else cook. They want to do all the cooking, and they burn them up. I'm like, man, you can't eat that. I'd rather come here and cook my own and be done with it. Y'all didn't know I was picky about what I ate, did you? Y'all thought I'd eat absolutely anything. If I can make it good, I'll eat it. I don't care if it's beaver or bobcat or whatever. I'll try anything now. I will absolutely try anything. But if it ain't no good, I ain't eating it. I'm done with it. That's why when I tell y'all that grinnell is the best fish in the water, I ain't kidding. By far, grinnell is the best eating fish that there is. But people don't believe me. But Jimmy Sullivan does. He believes me. He'll back me up on this. Samuel Pruitt, that little, I don't know what none of this is. I'm going to have to get Mike Culpepper over here or somebody that's an expert on looking at it, because I don't know one from the other. If it don't have a name wrote on it, I don't know what it is. I ain't going to lie to y'all. My love for cast iron, and I love cast iron, is not the collecting it and what it is and all that. My love for the cast iron is I can put a piece of meat in there and right over open fire and we can cook and it cooks good. I like it, you know. The fact, this is this name or that name, I mean, that may change for me. One day I may get started collecting it and be like, oh, I know, you know, because that can happen for y'all. The mosquitoes is getting terrible. I'm going to have to light this mosquito food for them. They getting hungry over here and they are telling me. But I like, my love for cast iron, honest to God, is the cooking ability. So that little Dutch oven over there, I am really excited about getting it ready to go. And we're going to get started cooking in that teepee because I've got that tripod hanging in there. I can get out there and we're going to film doing some little one-pot meals. It's getting cool enough weather that we can stay out there. Y'all, and it's right, I could stay out there now. But I've just had too much to do. I mean, that's just all there is to it. But I think it's starting to slow down. If I can get the rest of my few odd and end things at the deer camp done, and we can get back into doing what I see my wife home. I just take on more at a time than I can do. And I guess I think I'm Superman and I can do more than I really can. And then I really try it, you know. I'm like, oh, let's get it. Yeah, we can do that. And then I find out what? Oh, Lord. Brenda's mom, happy birthday. I missed that note, that comment. But happy birthday to Brenda's mama. Cooling off in NG. What is NG, Randall Hayes? NG. That and throwed me for a loop. Somebody had to. Randall Ross said he liked squirrel and dumplings. You know, if I kill several of them old big tough squirrels, I may attempt to do some squirrel dumplings. I have never made squirrel dumplings. I'm not a huge fan of dumplings, but I can eat dumplings. Michelle likes dumplings, and I'm wondering if, if I boiled them squirrels down off the bone and made dumplings out of them, would she eat the squirrels? Because she ain't going to hardly eat fried squirrel. Bro, did you eat any of them squirrels?
Oh, yes, I did.
Was they good?
Yes.
Hey, guess what's in there in the oven right now?
What?
Deer steak. I cooked deer steak a while ago. Ow! What? I had a mosquito just try to get inside my eyeball. I may have to build a fire over here in this fire pit and smoke everything up to run them off. Y'all, my cameras, I keep getting these notifications pop up on my cameras. The deer is moving. I had, at 5:30 today, that one stand had 5 deer under it, all of them does. I've seen 2 bucks since I've had cameras out. I don't have a lot of big bucks. But now, I hadn't put cameras down in the woods where my bow stands are. For me, I'm not going to hardly bow hunt right up on my corn feeder. I'm going to drop back off down in the woods and hunt trails where them deer's coming in. So I just been feeding the punk out of that feeder. I mean, I've been pulling the corn and feed to it. Hey, don't hit that door with that. And so really what I'm trying to do is get the deer coming and develop trails coming into that feeder. I can find out which way them deer's going, and I'll go set my climbing stand up down there, and that's where I'll do my series hunting. So it's really, for me, been a little bit warm to deer hunt. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's too warm to squirrel hunt. They got wolves. Down here in the woods, in this swamp, it's away from the bot flies. It's around cows and stuff. So we don't have a lot of wolves down in that swamp. Now, I get out here and shoot them like here in my property or these out of the yard and stuff. Yeah, they'll have big old wolves on them. So, the deal I have with skinning stuff is I don't want to fight the flies over it. So skinning a deer in warm weather, it's like that beaver I skinned. By the time I'm through, I'm like trying to run flies off. I'm not going to do all of that. So, Brody, quit shaking the puppy like that. Come over here and show him your puppy. Don't step in that fire. Look at him. He's toted that puppy all over everywhere. Have you named him?
Yeah, his name is Biscuit.
Biscuit. All right. Well, don't put him in that. You ride that hammock too hard. That's been a good hammock, y'all. For a $6 hammock or may have been $12 on Amazon, I have well got my money's worth out of it. Get your nose out of that fire! That puppy come over here and stuck his nose right off in that candle. You can take him in. He's gonna get hurt. I mean, he stuck his nose right down in the flame. If there'd have been any hair on that nose, it'd have singed it all off. Mr. Larry Alexander said, you see, I got a new chair for Roscoe. Well, this chair has been on the front porch, but Michelle said we had too many on the front porch, and she brought this one around here. I come home the other day, the bed swing's painted, the house has been rearranged. She said, well, I got bored you wasn't here. I have literally been gone for 3 weeks. I think I have worked in my shop down there making knives 4 days, maybe 5 days in the last 3 weeks that I've been here. One day I was here, I was working on something else. I refloored my trailer. No, I left most of that day. That was the day I lost my tomahawk. So the tomahawk that I forged, drifted the eye through and all, I don't have anymore. I had it in my hand I had put it in the truck when I was beaver trapping, and I said, well, I don't need it in here. I'm going to get it out. I was gathering up stuff and cleaning out the back seat of my truck, and I hung it on that wire that's on the side of that cage-looking hog panels between them rails. And I hung it on there and finished gathering up my stuff, and I walked off and left it there. And Michelle said, what's that axe hanging on your truck for? I said, ain't no axe, that's a shovel. She said, no, there's a hatchet hanging. I said, oh, yeah, that's my tomahawk. I said, oh, I need to get that. I forgot about it. Well, we was on the road when she asked me that in the truck. I think we was headed to that show too. I come home, refloored my trailer the other day. The day me and Brody left and went to the deer camp and planted the patches and all. Went and bought seed. That tomahawk wasn't on there when I got home. I don't know how far it rode, and I made 2 trips around the yard, but it bounced off somewhere, so it's somewhere between here and Philadelphia, I'm assuming. It'll be all right, though. I'll forge another one here before long. Robbie's got a dog, Daisy, needs prayer. Y'all pray for Daisy. I know some people think it's silly, but when I was about 7 or 8 years old, we had a little Australian Shepherd and part Collie, or Australian Blue Heeler and part Collie. Beautiful little old dog. And good cow dog, everything. And she got ran over out there. I mean, I seen truck and trailer run over, rolled her down the road, and she got up under the house, gasping and all, and laid down, wouldn't come out. I mean, we prayed for her time too. I mean, I was a kid, I was all tore up. I was probably about Brody's age, a little older than him, and me and Mama was there at the house. Daddy was offshore, and we went in the house, and Mama said, she's not gonna make it, son. Said, I think she's gone. She'd got up under the house. We'd shine a light under there, and we'd call her, and she'd raise her head up and look at her. And the last time, she never would raise her head up. And we went in the house, and I said, well, let's pray one more time. So me and Mama got down on the floor, and we prayed again. And I sat there a few minutes. I said, let's go check on her. Mama said, no. I said, let's just wait till in the morning. I said, let's go. Come on, Mama, let's go. So Mama give in. All right, let's go. We opened the door up, and that dog met us at the door. I am not joking. I believe God heals animals. I do. The Bible says he sees a sparrow when it falls. He's got tabs on the animals as well as he does us. So, yeah. Brian Pearson, they do have the Canton Flea Market, they call it. It is a huge event. Michelle can tell you all about it. I think it is coming up here pretty quick. Right now, they got the Highway 15 yard sale today. It is all the way down Highway 15 from, I don't know, from Newton down there. Maybe go further out. It may go all the way into South Mississippi. I don't know how far north it goes. But if you'd have rode down Highway 15 today, there'd have been yard sales on both sides of the road, all the way down through there, every little bit. Oh. Had to fillet 50 white perch. Well, man, that's something else right there I'm ready to get back on. I have not been perch fishing yet this year. I am ready to go. Oh. I'm planning on going here before long, but I've got to get caught up on knives. I've got several knives that's got to be made. Some done been paid for. Etsy's having a fit about one that I ain't shipped. They've done email me and threatened to shut my Etsy store down and everything. I don't care if they do. If they do, it'll motivate me to operate a different way. Kim L said Mark wants to know if you like rabbit. I do like rabbit. I like fried rabbit. I cooked a fried rabbit on the live last year. Done an excellent job. It was delicious. I fried it in just a cast iron skillet with a little bit of hog lard. Rolled it around. It was delicious. But my favorite way is you really on the grill. You can do it in the oven the same, but I'll put it in a pan and I'll cut up onions and carrots and celery and smother it in all them vegetables, lemons, and I'll put lemon pepper and garlic salt and Tony Chachere's and all that on there, and I'll stick it in there and cover it with tinfoil and practically bake it. Normally when I go on the grill, though, I leave the top off for a little while, 20 minutes with a rabbit probably is long enough to get some smoke flavor and stuff on there, and then I wrap it up and cook it till the bones is coming out of it, y'all. You talk about fine. I mean fine. We're going to do that here for long. We may have to get that one-eyed beagle out to get us a rabbit. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all had never had to do that. Well, you have let the cat out of the bag, girl. I had to write that down. I done found it now. You done slipped off and went white perch fishing on us. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be over there on your lake fishing him for long. I done seen some. Hey, I was at that show the other night. I ain't gonna call no names, none now, but I done had a woman showed me a crappie she caught right down here in one of our local lakes. Hey, you could mouth big as that coffee cup right there, man. What you talking about? Makes me want to go crappie fishing. Yeah. Rhonda, catching fish like you, if you caught 50 today, you'll have clients so you know what's going on. All you got to do is advertise. Put your forward-facing sonar on the front of your boat and tell them, y'all, come on, let's go, and they'll be there. The more you charge, the more they like it. If you charge $20, they say, I ain't going with them. They don't know what they're doing no more than they charge you. You tell them I want $500 a trip, they'll be lying. You'll have a list so long you won't never get to do nothing but fish. Y'all think I'm joking? I ain't. I had a man told me one time I was working, this was right out of high school. He told me we was landscaping, and I asked him one day about it. I said, what do you do when somebody, when they start talking about, it costs too much price? He said, when they come in my office and we discussing plans for their landscape, he said, if they start Jewing me down, he said, I'm through right there. He said, I don't cater to broke people that can't pay. He said, I price my stuff that I target the more wealthy people, he said, because they'll pay and won't question it. He said, and there's plenty of them. And I found that to be the honest to God truth. If people start trying to pour them out of you and, I can't afford, well, then go buy what you want somewhere else. We was at that show the other night, and I had a man come up there, and we was talking about what all it took to make a knife, and he had made some knives, and he was showing me at the moment a picture of a knife that he had worked on. And I had this fella come up there pulling on the sheath, trying to get the knife out of the sheath, didn't know what he was doing. What you want for this knife? I said, $200. Oh, well, you can keep it. Good luck selling them. I hope you sell a bunch of them, and started walking off. I said, I don't care. He'd go to Walmart and buy him a pocket full of them for all I care. He won't own one of mine. I don't care if he don't ever buy one, you know. And it ain't arrogant. It's the fact that it takes more than a day to make that knife. I actually probably had a day and a half in that particular knife. It was a rescue knife that I freehand ground. Had a video on some of working on it. Well, if you figure $20 an hour, you got $200 in it in a day. I probably had, and I bet he wouldn't work for $20 an hour. Bet he wouldn't. Not for himself. If you work for yourself and you don't work for $20 an hour, you'll starve to death. That's all there is to it. But he wanted me to work for nothing so he could pay what he wanted to for now. He needs to go to Walmart and buy him one of them Pakistan knives, and that's what he'd do. And when it breaks, he can go buy him another one. He don't say, hey, fella, my knife ain't working. And I tell him, oh, send it to me. I'll make good on it. Send it back to me. I'll put new handles on it, or I'll regrind the blade, or if I can't fix it, I'll make you another one just like it. You can have two broke ones. Oh, Lord. Uncle Sasquatch said you cook good rabbit, Pilgrim. I watched that movie the other night, and you know, I thought about it today. I ain't watched it all day today. I might watch it again tonight. No, Michelle was flipping through the channels on Tubi or something the other night looking for something to watch, and I was about half asleep, done laid down, and I told her, I said, please don't put one of them women talking on one of them channels on again. I can't sleep with them women that don't stop talking. And it's about like watching my videos, you know, but I just can't sleep with that, you know. So anyway, she was looking through and Jeremiah Johnson. I said, well, there's Jeremiah Johnson. I ain't seen it today. I could watch it every day, at least one time. Brenda Joe, you are gone tonight. Jonathan Wren, the best way is to message the Facebook page, Spirit of the Outdoors page. Message me on there because I check it pretty regular. Now, I have not checked it really. I think I checked it this morning. I've been busy the last couple of days, so I'm behind on checking everything as I should. Or you can email me at justinpeden@gmail.com. And I keep up with both of them. If you message my personal Facebook page, you may not hear from me for a month because I don't ever look at it. And when I do, it'll have such a string of messages on it, I can't hardly go through them all. And sometimes I just go through there, and if it ain't look important, I'll... But anyway, that is just how that works. Janet watches Outlaw Josie Wales every day. I could about watch that every day. That, and I like the Sackets. There's got Tom Selleck and Sam Elliott, and I don't know who all in it's good. Brody watches Apple Dumpling Gang every time we get in a vehicle, so I can about quote it. That Apple Dumpling Gang pretty tough, you know, ride with that steel wheel gang. I think sometimes I'm riding with a hash knife outfit. If y'all ain't watched Apple Dumpling Gang in a while, you owe it to yourself to get you a refresher course on watching it, because that's a good, clean little old movie there now, and it's funny. I had an uncle that looked just like Stillwell. Samuel Pruitt, it's on Tubi for free. You can watch Jeremiah Johnson on Tubi. It don't cost you a thing. That, and then The Mountain Men is a good movie, but now, they cuss awful lot on there. It's hard for me to tolerate all them GDs that they use right off the bat. If you can stomach that without it really offending you, then it's a good movie. But I don't recommend it because of all of that. They could have made as good a movie without all that cussing. But anyway, Martin Meltzer, I like McClintock when you start talking about John Wayne movies. Ain't Big Country it may not be. I had mine. That ain't the movie I was thinking about. I was thinking about another John Wayne movie. The Hat Creek Cattle Company. It says we don't rent pigs. Yeah. Michelle won't let us watch Old Yeller, or it won't let us. She won't let us watch Where the Red Fern Grows either. She said we can't watch nothing that the dog dies in. JC, you'll be in hog heaven. You'll have it about as made tomorrow as anybody alive. Dixie is a good name, Suzanne offered. Travis Kane, that Lonesome Dove movie. Now, anybody that don't like to watch Robert Duvall in that movie, he played Gus as well as anybody has played a character. The only character that can rival him is Val Kilmer playing Doc in Tombstone. But there again, they cuss quite a lot in that movie, is why I don't watch it more frequently. There was a time in my life Tombstone was my #1 all-time favorite movie. Of course, that was before I found Jeremiah Johnson. And I can tell y'all exactly when I discovered Jeremiah Johnson. I was grown. Of course, I didn't grow up with TV. But we'd never had a TV at home when I was a young'un. And we had got on the motorcycles and rode to the mountains. There's a whole group of us. I rode with the Blue Knights up there. That is the law enforcement motorcycle club. My brother was a cop at the time, and they invited me to go with them, so I rode with the Blue Knights. And we was on Wares Valley Road up there, staying in a cabin. Man, they had a ping pong table in there, and we wore a ping pong table out. But we was sitting around in there taking it easy one afternoon. We had rode a while that morning, was going to ride again that evening. We was just making loops up through the mountains, and we'd come back, light the grill, and cook. And I went down in there by myself and turned the TV on, and I guess in our bedroom or whatever, it had several bedrooms. I was flipping through the channels, and when I turned it on, he was in the snow trying to catch him trout. That's right where I first started watching the movie, and I was like, well, that's interesting. And I got to watching it, and it sucked me in, and we had to leave before the movie was over and left and went on a ride, or either went down there and ate or stuff. For some reason, I didn't finish watching it. Well, I had found it on a channel. It wasn't like with a guide at that time where you could see what the name of the movie was. So I didn't know what movie I was even watching. I just knew, man, that was a good movie. I want to see all of that. And I'll never forget, one day I stumbled on it, and I was like, that's that movie I was watching. And man, I went back to the start. It was after we had the DVR stuff, and I watched the whole thing. That was it then. I was hooked. Had to have a muzzle loader like everybody else that watched it. Yeah. He said, how we say, Javi? He said, you two know each other? He said, you fish poorly. He said, you speak their language? He said, paints his shirt, speaks English. He just does this to aggravate me. But I tell them, so I always say, Abby, that's what I do when I go fishing. I fish poorly sometimes myself. I tell you another one, Southern Beaver, man, that I like, and that's Dances with Wolves. Yeah, that's a good movie. I can watch it several times in a row. I heard they was fixing to make another one of it, or a follow up to it, or something, or maybe they done made it. I don't know. Um, Wilderness Family, all three of them's good. If you ain't watched the Wilderness Family, watch them. Them some good, clean shows. There's three of them, and they all good. Something else I seen here recently I thought was a pretty good movie. I tell you another pretty good one, and that is what's his name that played Harrison Ford is in White Fang. Or no, Call of the Wild. Harrison Ford in that Call of the Wild movie, that's a good one. Y'all need to watch that. I watched it not long ago. It's good. And you done put pup out?
He's got it. He just ate.
Watch that under that rug right there. I think he peed under that rug right there. I mean under that curtain. She ain't listening to me not one bit. He pees all over the house. I mean, he walks around and pees here and he goes over there and pees over there. And there'll be little spots that big around.
He just ate.
Right under that curtain right there was a big puddle of pee. I had to clean where he did the other number in the floor. I had to pick that up. If it wasn't me worried about him getting run over out here in the yard, he'd be outside. I said I wasn't raising another one in the house, but you know how that goes. Oh, David Russian Grey Isle is a good movie. In fact, I watched that this week. Well, I started it. I went to sleep way before it got. I'll put a movie on and put me to sleep. I'll be done. I have not seen The Apostle, Jerry Short. And I watched The Revenant. It was all right. A little bit of strong language in it. If y'all don't know me by now, I'm a lot of profanity just ruins it for me. It ain't that a little bit I can tolerate. I don't like it, but a little bit it's okay. I can overlook it. I don't feel the need if I'm around somebody and they cussing a lot to try to scold them and correct them. I mean, I just make my mind up pretty straight way that I just don't want to be around them a whole lot because you can't go around correcting everybody. And you just, when you find out somebody talks like that a lot, I'd just soon not be around them, But anyway, same way with a movie. If it's got a lot of profanity in it, I ain't gonna watch it. No. And I used to talk like that myself, so I mean, it ain't like, well, I'm better than everybody. Just after I had a change of heart, it just grates on my nerves. And I'll just about, if somebody puts a bunch of it in my comment section, I'll about delete it. And if they do it a couple of times, quit peeing on that rug right there, puppy. He just peed right there on that rug. He pees more than any dog I ever seen. What are you? Come here. Come here, pup. Come here. Come here. Come here, pup. Here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I got him then. I got him then. Look at him. Don't one of y'all need a dog like this? Don't one of y'all need, look at that camera. Look at them. Give them puppy eyes. Tell them, say hey. Say hey. Yeah, y'all need a little rat like this. He's pretty smart and he's sharp with that nose. You drop a grain of, and if he hears dishes rattling in that kitchen, he done learned to take off in there. And we was desperately trying not to feed him any table food. In fact, he ain't eat much, but he has found a little bit, and it just drives him nuts. He knows we eating in there. Southern Beaver Man is Kurt. What's his name? Kurt. Ken Curtis. That's him. Ken Curtis. I don't think we've watched The Chosen. We may have. I don't know. You biting me? Look at him biting my thing. You biting it because it smells like that deer steak, ain't you? Yeah. Well, Rhonda, why don't you come get him? He'd make you a good companion. Have you a squirrel dog, you would. You just come on to Mississippi and load him up. Oh. So y'all, back to getting off of the movies and back to hunting season. I have not shot my bow very much. I was really hoping I would have my hickory bow made. I hadn't got to work on it no whole lot. Michelle Foster, hadn't seen you in a hot minute. Well, I keep getting ads. I was reading. Oh, I wish we got snow here, Michelle. I wish we got snow so much. I don't understand these people that fuss. They live in snow country where they get a lot of snow and they hate it. I don't get that. I wish to God we had snow. I love it. I mean, it could snow here, and I like cold weather. I like building a fire. Get out there and track them rabbits and track stuff, man. We don't get none. Now, I hate when it goes to melting and everything just turns to slop here. But I wish we had snow. I wish it'd stay on the ground a week, you know. But now, I don't have to get out in it and work. I can go down to my knife shop and, you know, build a fire and go to make a knife. And I'm fixing to have to put up some more doors and walls. I'll probably do that over in the winter. Give me something to do down there some when I get caught up. But anyway, talking about hunting season, I'm probably going to get my compound bow out and go to shooting it pretty hard and heavy because I'm not quite ready to go hunting. I've got to get my climbing stands hung and put some feed and get deer, you know, into a different area. I've got all my cameras hung. I'm going to put a few more cameras out, such as that kind of stuff. And anyway, Jason McKenzie said, everybody, can you pray for my sister? She was diagnosed with cancer this week. Oh, man, I hate to hear that. What is her name? Bigfoot, Ohio Bigfoot researchers. Good to see you tonight. Bobby Smith said, what is your best time to hunt the rut? Pre-rut, full rut, or post-rut? Really, for us, deer, the bucks really go to moving, but you can't pattern them. But they're walking. You need to start hunting all day the week after Christmas until for about 2 weeks. If you'll start that holiday weekend of Christmas here, hunt that week, and then the first week in January here, that is money. Now, that is not the same time for everybody else. You move 2 hours north of here, and it'll be a different time. So, that rut. But for us here in central Mississippi, we Philadelphia, Mississippi, and I'm about halfway up the state. For us, start that holiday weekend of Christmas They rutting, and sometimes that'll happen depending on the weather, a little earlier, a little after. But you can bet the week between Christmas and New Year's, you can, that's hunting week. Take that week off, hunt. The week after New Year's, still wide open. I've killed deer just about every year. I kill a deer sometime in there. Last year it was, I killed my biggest one, I think, January the 10th. They was moving, still rutting hard. Look, he heard them dogs barking. He heard Roscoe bark down there. See them ears perk up? What was it? What was it? What did you hear? You don't know? He wants to go find out. You want to go get him? Go get him. There he is. Go get him. He's something now. That little joker's gonna be tough. Yeah. Don't stick your nose in there. Anyway, y'all. I'm really wanting to shoot one with my bow. If I can have, and I ain't seen no bunch of horns this year. Just, I don't know. I've seen 2 bucks that had racks. They were not out past the tips of their ears on the camera, so I wouldn't shoot at them. They'll be next year's deer. So I have not seen a buck yet that I want to shoot. But I haven't got all my cameras up in all my places. The place that I really left a couple of decent bucks, I have not even put a camera over there yet. That is where I'm trying to get a camera ready to take over there, and I've got to get a feeder ready. So I still got a lot of deer camp work to do. But I want to get over there and go to camping and stuff over there some. Boy, the mosquitoes is about to eat us up. What have you built? What? Don't get in that far. Hold that up there and show them what you've created. You built that out of spare parts?
Yeah.
Man, yeah, you done a good job there, buddy.
Yeah, it's a working vehicle. It's like a crane on top of a truck.
Jason said her name is Tammy. We will be praying for Tammy, y'all. Michelle asked if we had deer that has had these tumors or cysts hanging off of them all over the bodies. I have not seen one. They warning us about the chronic wasting disease. I really hadn't seen any sickly looking deer. Now last year I had a picture of one deer that was very sickly looking on camera, but during the hunting season I never seen that deer. I don't know if it fattened up. I don't know what happened. So, you know, it could have been poor because it had a fawn nursing heavily or whatever, wasn't getting enough to eat. It's very dry here, so I don't know. Tommy Norsworthy said, remember my wife in prayer. She had a biopsy last week and hadn't heard anything yet. Keep her in our prayers. Lord, Lord, Lord. Touch these folks, Lord. John, what part of Alabama are y'all in, you and Bobby? Is it like real way down near the coast part of Alabama, or ours is pretty consistent here, but now it will fluctuate by maybe a week or so. It's not, but now I will tell y'all this. I have seen deer. The first big buck I ever killed was December I think the 16th or 18th. It may have been December the 9th. It was mid-December, and this deer was running wide open chasing a doe. I'm talking about they was at a full trot when they come by me, and I broke him down with that 45-70. That was the first 12 point I ever killed. Then I killed a really big 9 point. And then I killed that one last year. A pretty good deer. Uh, it's so it and that the one I killed last year. And the day I killed the little doe in the swamp down there, I had a big buck just about run over my bug going down, and he was chasing a doe wide open. And that was like the 10th of January. So it stretches out. They still chasing hard. My daddy always said that buck was always ready. If he smelt a hot doe, he was on her. So it's really not like the bucks come in. It's all the does start coming in season. You can look back right now at your deer that you got on cameras and the age of these phones. I've got several does over there that's got twins right now, and them phones are really, really little. You know them phones ain't been born long, so you can start backing up the time that it takes for them to be pregnant about when they were bred. Some of them are being bred late January. So, it's not like everything happens for 2 weeks and it's over. So when you hear people saying, well, they chasing here way earlier, they chasing here way late, well, they may be, but you're going to find if you get to really looking, you got about 2 weeks of it just being wide open full on. It's going to taper off on both ends of that and be a month-long stretch of them chasing, smelling, acting crazy, whatever. So it's hard to nail it down. Andalusia, Alabama. 20 miles north of Mosa. Y'all are pretty well south Alabama. It's probably well, I don't know if I would think it would be before us. Y'all would be hitting the weeks hard a week or so before Christmas. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, he comes and piles up in that couch, Uncle Sal, on that recliner there, and catches him a few Z's. That's why we have to keep a cushion in there for his personal benefit. Time for goldenrod, JC. We have got goldenrod running out of ears. In fact, yesterday morning, coming out of the woods, I stopped and cut me a wad of it, and it's hanging in the shed. I was planning on doing another goldenrod video. I've just been pressed for time. I'll be honest with y'all, the thing that has really probably taken a lot of my time is the beaver trapping. I've added that in because I want to do the trapping videos this year, and I want some fur to put up and tan and do some. I want to make some bags out of it. When it gets cold this winter, I want some stuff I can stitch on. I'm really planning on having some stuff that I can cut out and punch the holes and all that here and take it to the deer stand with me. I can sit in that shooting house and sit there while I'm waiting for deer and lace up stuff and not be just. I'm multifunction. I like my knife to do more than one thing. I like my lighter to do more than, I like to have every tool have multiple. Well, if I'm sitting there hunting, I want to be doing something. I don't want to just be sitting there killing time. Now, there's days I do. There's days that I want to just unwind and I don't want to do nothing but sit there and just stare out the window. And I will do plenty of that. But there's days that it's cold and I want to get over there and say, well, I can sit here and stitch up something, and I'll pack it in a backpack and carry it in there with me, pull it out, and sit there and sew on something. If I need to do a bunch of hand sewing, now I am planning on using my leather sewing machine to stitch up and make some bags and packs and different things that I want to make out of my fur. So I've added the trapping into my life, and that is really at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, going and checking them traps. And then the other day, I was planning on going and checking them and coming right back to the house and getting some stuff done. Well, I didn't catch nothing, and I said, "Well, I got to pull these traps out of here." We made the decision to move to a different property, and I had to go scout out to other place. So I was 5:30 getting home when I had told Brody I'll be home by 10 o'clock. We'll go fishing. Well, we didn't go fishing, so it's that kind of stuff that's. It ain't like my life's so horrible. I don't have time to do anything. I'm doing some of what I want to do. It's just I ain't getting to spend it doing some of the stuff I had planned on doing yet. And that probably ain't gonna change, Reagan. But I gotta stay busy. I'm not the kind of person that I can just sit here and do nothing. I mean, I'd go slam crazy if I didn't have something to be doing. Michelle, y'all's goldenrod came and went already. Ours is just in our. We are in peak goldenrod right now. Right now is goldenrod peak. Probably this week or last week. It's everywhere. I have not found any marshmallow. I have found button bush and stuff like that. The rabbit tobacco and the goldenrod, and I've seen a bunch of cardinal flower this year out trapping in them wet areas. I have not picked any. The deer seem to be eating a lot of it. I'm letting it seed out because I've got a bag full of it down there, and I don't use a lot of it. So this year I've not harvested as much stuff as I normally do because I got bags of dried plant. Really, that's the best way to store stuff. Pull up your bunch of plant one year when you've got a bounty of it, hang it up, dry it, put it in bags after it is well dry. If it ain't well dry, it will mold. But if it's dry, and if you hang it up in the shed for a couple of weeks in the rafters inside a building, hot as it is still here right now, it'll dry pretty quick. And that's what I did with that goldenrod. Um, but the rabbit tobacco and stuff like that. And I've got a huge plant right here of bone set. I'm fixing to probably cut it down here before long. If anybody needs any bone set before I do away with this big, huge plant that's right here in my yard, I mean, it comes back every year from the roots and gets bigger every year. It's a huge plant. And I've let it grow there on purpose. Um, I'm going to probably cut all of it down here before long because it's starting to go down. But this week's going to be the week. And if somebody needs it, I'll hang it up and dry it because I've got a bunch dry. If not, I'm just going to throw it away. Hey, hey, I need some coffee, please. You put him out?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he just got been drinking water. Ouch.
He peed on that rug one time. He pees everywhere. She don't want on camera.
Hello, everybody. I already have my pajamas.
She's in her
on.
pajamas, is why. And she didn't want Roscoe to have to get out of his chair.
It's been a long day.
Joey, M4 Laser Works. Larry, we have not gotten any rain. Speaking of rain, let me look. I'm gonna pull up my out weather right here and see what we're looking. Oh, we've got 41% tomorrow, 24 Monday, 37 Tuesday. We might get rain, we might not. That ain't looking real promising. Let me check another out. And they change ours every day. It was looking really good. Oh, oh Lord. I don't even know how on this thing to check it. Thank you. Thank you.
You stay outside.
Yeah, I don't know how to check it on that app anymore. On here, I do on my phone. So I don't know. We're looking at maybe a chance of rain tomorrow. Suzanne, I don't never find stinging nettle here, and it is native to my area, but I have not ever put my eyes on it. That is one of the things, y'all, I like about being in the deer camp and doing the beaver trapping. I am going to a lot of different properties, allows me to see a lot of stuff that may not be right here on my personal property. Um, Allows me to find and possibly get out of that, possibly find a lot of mushrooms. I am keeping my eyes open for lion's mane mushroom. I do not cook lion's mane and eat it. I make tinctures out of it most exclusively. So I need to make me another bottle of greenbrier root tincture. I think that is one of the more powerful anti-inflammatory, balance hormones, help just general health. If you're not using greenbrier root tincture, I recommend you try it. Especially arthritis and stuff. It seems to have a more long-term benefit than like pokeberries do. Pokeberries work good, but the greenbrier root seems to continue to work after you quit taking it for a long period of time. And I had quit taking it because I've just been busy and ain't been here to take my medicine, really. And it's been 3 or 4 weeks. I'm just now starting back to hurting my knees and stuff. So I got to get back on it. We have an abundance of it. So I think that is, we don't have ginseng. We don't have hardly any ginseng in my area. I had some, puppy. I had some people thought they saw it in a video on over there on deer camp where the spring was, but there was a white oak sapling there, a little shoot, and then there's pawpaw trees growing up and some other stuff that somewhat, when they're real young, resemble that. But I went over there and looked good. I did not see any ginseng, and that is the north side of a sharp hill. Would be the ideal place for it. We just don't really have much here. I'm sure there's some in a few places. It's further north you get, you start hearing about a little more here, there, and yonder. Mike, all our wild lettuce is done. I never got to harvest any. I just didn't ever get none. But now I've got a bunch dried somewhere put up. I don't use a lot of wild lettuce. I've got some tincture already made, and we don't use enough of it for me to make more and more and more. And I don't try to sell it. Michelle, it is greenbrier. It is what a lot of people call sawbriars. Old vine with thorns on it. Smilax. Oval shaped leaves. I've got videos on it. I've got videos of me digging. The root has these big, gnarly looking tubers. If you'll go back around springtime here, I did a pretty good video digging it up and talking about it and all that. So go back and find that. We don't have any mullein here. Whoa. We have a little. I've tried to get it to grow here. I had some plants started. They died early in the year. I have not found any anywhere I've been. Uncle Sasquatch Pup is wanting inside that house bad. He's over at that door and he's fired up about it. Puppy. Pup. Come here. Come here, Pup. Come here, Pup. Come here. Come here, Pup. Come on. Come here, Pup. Come here. Come here. He's skittish. He's gonna stay right out of reach. Come here, Pup. Biscuit. Come here, Biscuit. Come here, Biscuit. You come here. You come here. He ain't gonna come over here where I can reach him. But now he'll go over and aggravate Roscoe, and Roscoe will go, Roscoe don't want food with. Oh, you ain't got to get down. Oh, you're scared I was gonna pet puppy, wouldn't you? He got scared I was fixing to pet that puppy. Yeah, you thought I was gonna hold puppy. He's jealous of that puppy just by a little bit. Puppy. Lord, Lord, Lord. Like raising another young'un. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Bobby, I always pick sassafras root really early in the spring, but really, truly, right now is the time to harvest. Well, actually, a little later. Once the leaves fall off, that's when you really need to harvest it because they say the power of the plant is the sap knolls draining back down to the root for wintertime. Uh, and I've got a bunch out here, right here in the yard, I can readily identify, but now you could skin the bark a little bit and smell of it, and you can tell if that's sassafras or not. Easy. I'm trying to read comments and stuff keeps popping up on my screen. David said, wait a minute, Vine. I've heard a lot of people call it that. Yeah, I got you now. You come over here and messed up, I got you now. I've got plenty sassafras. I have sent some to people in the past. Uh, I sent some to somebody this spring. Larry, I have not even pulled up football at all today. Who is Alabama playing today? And what is the score? I have not even checked on it. I'll usually go after this is all over. Jim, we do not have chaga at all. I don't think it grows this far south either. We are just out of the range of the cold weather stuff like chaga, ginseng, several things like jewelweed. There's several things that we just don't have down here, too far south. Uh, morel mushrooms, we don't have. I've never found any of that kind of stuff. Beat Vanderbilt 30-14. Good deal, good deal. I told y'all I'm an Alabama fan, but now on Saturday when I got other stuff to do and stuff going on, it don't consume me. You know what I mean? I'll watch it, but I watched the rest of that game the other night after we got off of here, and that was a pretty good game. Oh, what biscuit? You a biter, ain't you? He's a mouthy little joker. If you hold him, he's gonna gnaw on your finger. That's just a given. Mark Meltzer, I have got to build a ramrod for the 36. Oh, got to do it. I still need to get out and shoot the other one. It's just about time to start doing all that, which has really been time to do all that. I just ain't had a chance. It is finally cooling off enough to do some stuff. Hopefully this week, I'm going, I know, Monday to run my traps again. I got a squirrel hunting video filmed. I'm probably going to turn it on Monday morning, maybe. Uh, it's But the other muzzleloader, I'm ready to shoot it, get it down there. So I got several gun shooting videos I'm probably gonna do. I mean, I got a lot I want to do, and I just pressed for time. And then when I wind up filming the video, I have to rush through it to get. So I don't know. We're gonna have to. Michelle, no, the puppy that Michelle was nursing on passed away. So we've this is the only one we've still got out of that litter of three. It needs a home. Brody's getting attached to it, but I really wanted, if we're gonna raise a puppy and keep another dog, I wanted a female outside of the family that I could breed Roscoe to and start training and raising some puppies. So if this little fella stays here, I really don't want him to. I'm gonna train him to be a squirrel dog and do my best at training him, and then sell him later as a finished squirrel dog. Or at least some point start. I'm not attached to him. Roscoe's my dog that ain't going nowhere now. I will get attached to him, but I'm not gonna get attached to this one to the point that I couldn't sell him. He's not like my young'un dog. He's not Roscoe by no means. Not to me. Now, if I didn't have Roscoe, my attention would go to him. It'd be different. But what? He is Roscoe's puppy now. You wanting in that door, ain't you? And if I turn you loose, you gonna go over that door and scream and holler? Or you gonna go over that door and what? You gonna go over and scream and holler? Get away from that. Don't stick your nose in that candle. I won't have to tell you again. You do it one time, you'll learn. Might as well let him do it. Joe and them folks on that video scolded me about how I was skinning that squirrel, telling them I didn't know how to do it and I wasn't doing it fast enough and all of that. They ain't got no clue how fast I can skin a squirrel and won't. I started to go out there the other day when I had them other three and filmed me skinning them just to show them how fast I could do it. It never registers in their mind at all. I mean, they don't have the foggiest idea that when you're filming a video, you purposely slow down and take your time so people can see what you're doing. It's not like I'm filming these videos because I want you to see how good I am at this. And I probably won't do that. I started to the other day and I was like, no, I ain't even going to give them satisfaction. Let them think. I mean, I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. Oh, Lord. A lot of them people, everybody keeps saying, oh, you got to cut the back. I grew up, cut the back, pull both ways, and I'm going to tell you, I wind up with hair everywhere when I was doing that. We always picked hair off of them. I very rarely get hair on my squirrels skinning them the way I'm doing them now. It is a by far faster and more superior way to skin squirrels. Then I had a whole bunch of people telling me you need these skinners and you need pliers and you need to nail them to a board and you need to staple them to this and you need a skinner to do all these other apparatuses. And I'm like, why? I can hold him by that tail, cut it, grab it, snatch it, grab the other part, pull it off. I honest to God, and if people want to use all that stuff, I don't mind them using it. I mean, use everything you want to use. You can super glue him to a board and and go get a truck winch and pull the hair off if that's how you like doing it. It don't matter to me. But it ain't faster. It ain't quicker or easier I mean, it's like you got to buy a whole bunch of apparatus for what? So I don't get it. I'm like on old brother White Day saying, I just don't get it, Big Dan. I just don't get it. But I'm for if somebody wants to use catfish skinners and they want to nail it to a board or they want to buy a skinner to hang it on a tree somewhere or they want to cut the back, by all means, knock yourself out. As long as you eat the squirrel you shot, that's all I care about. But now, if you want to know the best way to do it, I'll show you. I ain't going to make you do it that way, but I'll show you. Prepared medic, you are 100% correct, my friend. He said it's better to find a hair on a squirrel than in a Big Mac. Because I have found a hair in a Big Mac. And you won't eat the rest of it. And you about lose what you already ate. He's running circles. I mean, yeah. He heard Roscoe down there barking. What's down there, pup? Biscuit. You wanting up him? Come on. Come on, get back up here. I think he's scared. He come running back over here. Roscoe done found something down there? Yeah. Roscoe find something down there you nervous about? Local life, you exactly right. Clean a fish, clean a frog, clean a squirrel. I mean, it don't matter how you do it. As somebody said, oh, that ain't right. And the whole deal is because they refuse to admit that there's a different way than the way they do it. That somebody is being successful not doing it exactly. I seen a post one time, and it had to do with politics, and I don't give a rip about politics, but it was true. Most people, they don't want to hear your opinion. They don't want to know what you like. They want to hear what they like coming out of your mouth. That's it. They want to hear you tell them that they right. That's all they want to know. It's like Jeremiah Johnson said, that is all you need to know for now. Great hunter. You say that, that's all you need to know. It's that mentality that most people have. And it's that way with everything. And they don't care if they right or wrong, as long as you tell them what they want to hear. And they like that with religion, everything. People are not searching for truth in anything. And I ain't talking about in just the Bible. I'm talking about in life, in how to do stuff, how to be successful, the most effective way. They don't want truth. They want to hear that they're right. They want to hear you tell them just keep doing what you're doing. You all right? You'll be all right. That's what they want to hear. Whether it's right or wrong. Just tell them they right and pat them on the back and give them their participation trophy. Let them go on their way. That's what they want. Randall, it's looking that way. I mean, it's it'd be hard for me to argue with you, Randall. And those of you that don't read comments, Randall said, I think you have a new puppy. I think he's right. I wish one of y'all had messaged me and say, hey, I want that dog. You'll have to come get him. I ain't got time to drive traipse across the country no more. Here a while back, I would have brought him to you, but I ain't got time for no. It's hunting season. I ain't got time to go on no more vacations. You're going to have to come get him. The only way I'll bring him to you if you're somewhere between here and Nashville, Tennessee, I would come that direction. Coat hollering. So, for y'all what don't know, well, I don't reckon nobody knows because video ain't out yet. Won't be out till Monday. While I was squirrel hunting yesterday morning, Coach is right back here, howling. Can y'all hear them coats howling? They moving back up across that pasture back there. Roscoe, you better get up here. Roscoe, get in your chair. Get in that chair. Get up there. Get up there and sit. Roscoe, chair. Bed. Anyway, what was I talking about? Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about before the coach started hollering. Yeah, Janet, it ain't gonna be long before I go lay down. Roscoe, you better get out of that candle. You're gonna get scalded too. You're gonna have hair. Roscoe, you get off the candle. You'll find out in a minute. I won't have to tell you again. Squirrel hunting video. Oh yeah. All right. I know where I was. Thank you, Joey. Um, while I was squirrel hunting, I'm down there. Wind had done started blowing. I done kind of really quit sneaking. I'm just kind of easing along at this point, and really sightseeing. And the breeze was cool. The wind was blowing. I'm like, it's beautiful. I ain't in no hurry to get home. I'm just taking my time walking. And about that time, I caught movement up ahead, so I just stopped. Two coyotes come all the way around up through there, and they started coming at me. Well, I wasn't going to just kill them, but then again, they kept getting close because all I had was a shotgun. I was like, I ain't going to kill them way out there, no way. They come close enough that when I finally killed the one I killed, he was closest from me to that wall right there. I'm talking about when the last shot, he was within probably 5 yards, 5 to 10 yards of me at the furthest. And I smoked him that last shot right upside the head with that number 4 shot. So I got me a coyote. I didn't bring him out and skin him. The fur right now ain't no good. Not here. It's too hot, and I wasn't fixing to drag that thing. And he wasn't that pretty. He had a decent fur, but it wasn't that great. He was real small. Both of them was. They wasn't pups, but they wasn't like full grown big, dogs either. So anyway, I smoked me a coyote down there. So it was back here. So that may be part of that bunch right there. The reason they may be hunting me down, like coming for payback. But they better watch coming up here for payback. I'll give them a new bracelet to wear with a chain hooked to the ground. They'll be wearing one of them Duke 1.5s because I like to trap coyotes with a 1.5. I put him down. Let's see what he does. He won't back up here, I think. Well, y'all. No local. Well, local live. I have hunted them with a call briefly. I usually take like a 17 HMR and a light and call them. I hadn't tried to get into the thermal, all that kind of stuff, and do a lot of hunting them, but I've got a couple of little mouth calls, and if they ever really start cutting up back here, I have went back there and called a little bit, but these coyotes kind of circle back around this swamp, so for me to hunt them successfully, I would have to be ready that, like, when I'm doing this show and I hear them back there cutting up, that I take off back there and go set up and call and kill them, because tomorrow night they liable to be 3 or 4 miles back over yonder way. So I have done it a few, but not a lot, and not really successfully. I've killed, I think, 2 by calling them with a call. You wanting up here? Get out of that candle. Rick Martin living the high life, deer steaks, yes sir. About good as you can get it. Y'all, good night. Joey and Alicia, but on that note, I'm fixing to shut all this down, y'all. It is 8:54, nearly 9 o'clock. 2 hours is a plenty. I've been we have went way longer than that. But I'm fixing to go I got to edit just in time for y'all. I got it filmed. Check on some stuff. Michelle brought me a puzzle we was starting to put together. It's some kind of a mountain man puzzle. And he's feisty. And I don't know if we're going to drag his stuff out and start putting it together. Brody was wanting to wanting to help with it. But anyway, I've got to edit just in time, and it's getting close to my bedtime now. I done started going to bed early. I got to do something with this little munchkin. Little munchkin. Which one of y'all want this dog? Come on. Send me an email or something. Come get this puppy. We'll fix you right up with him. He's already half spoiled. You won't have to do nothing. And if you need little spots of pee all over the house, he can fix you right up. He's good at that now. Little wet spots about that big around. He don't pee a lot in one place. He likes to spread it out for you. Don't you, Papa? Don't you? Yeah. Look, you tell them, say, good night, y'all. Tell them. Say good night. Good night. Good night up there. Look, y'all, thank you for joining us tonight on Live from Mississippi. My mind's done getting foggy already. Hey, it's happening. I am fixing to go in the house. I appreciate all of you that tune in and watch us cook, hang out, drink coffee, talk about whatever. I enjoy getting to sit here and spend this couple of hours with y'all. Hopefully one day we'll all get together, build a campfire, and make some cowboy coffee and sit around and swap yarns and tales and stretch them out about paper thin where you can see through them. Until then, thank y'all for watching. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all next time. Roscoe, you gonna come tell them bye? Come here, bud. Tell them goodbye. They want to see you. Come here, bud. Good night, y'all. We'll see y'all later.